Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of October 19th through the 25th. And during that time, we have a waning crescent moon for a little bit, and that's a time of surrender, rest, and healing. Just a good time to fully let go, rest up, and get ready for the new cycle ahead, which happens on the new moon. And that comes in on the 21st through the 22nd, kind of that energy there. Covering 2 days, kind of depending also on where you are. But that, of course, is a good time for a fresh start, new beginnings, good time to just start new projects, new work, new things that you want to focus on for this next cycle ahead, make new decisions, that sort of thing. We're just kind of getting the ball rolling on those new things. And then, of course, the waxing crescent at the end of the week, which is heightened senses, a good time to just really buckle down and get to work on those new things that you've just started. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Aries. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: what do you need to release? All right, let's see what the Aries Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, I would like to say that my fun weekly reminder this week is that you notice the world around you when it comes to synchronistic things. So this could be animals, numbers, repeating numbers that you might see. It might be a song that pops up. I've had synchronistic things where I was literally shuffling through the station. This happens in my car a lot. Like if I'm hitting the button, I don't like that, don't like that. Where some little message will pop through on one little station and I've already hit next before and then it kind of occurs to me, oh, did I need to hear that? So that's the thing where it kind of comes through songs, your music, or a song that just comes on that you need to hear at any, particular time. It could also be overheard conversations. This happens to me a lot too, where I'm like walking, in a social situation and there's people coming towards me, maybe having a conversation, and I hear just a little snippet of something, and it's like a confirmation of something that I needed to hear. It's just the strangest thing. So once you start noticing those synchronicities, it's like a whole different world that opens up, and it's like little messages from the universe. So that's my reminder, is to pay attention to those messages that are coming in for you. And if you need to look up angel numbers, that sort of thing, or animals, the way I use animals is if I see an animal that I don't see all the time, I will kind of go look up what what's the word I'm trying to say, the characteristics of that animal, and see if there's a way that there's something in my life that I need to apply those characteristics. So anyway, that's just my friendly reminder. I didn't mean to ramble, but just notice the synchronicities as you're moving through your week. Those are there to just offer you clarity. So all right, without further ado, let's get into this particular reading. Aries, what is it that you need to release October 19th through the 25th? We've got a card coming out. So your overall present energy is Page of Swords. So looks like you've got something that you need to release, and it needs to be some sort of messaging. It's either something in your mind that is that's like a new thought, or a new messaging way. Like perhaps there's something that you need to release in the way of just how you speak. And this is something that happens to all of us. As you're learning things through life, there may be things, there may be things that you just are new to speak up about, right? Um, we all have those friends, the friend that is like, they'll say the thing that everyone else is thinking. And so I'm kind of thinking of this in some way. And then I'm always impressed by those people. And I think I wish I could be like that, because there's a lot of times where I might be thinking a thing and I just kind of bite my tongue. I don't say the thing because I don't want it to be rude or hurtful or whatever. And a lot of times I observe other people doing that, and it's not rude or hurtful. It's just out there. So sometimes it's our perception that keeps us quiet. Does that make sense? Anyway, so I'm kind of getting this feeling here with this Page of Swords that because it's something you need to release, it might be something that needs to be said outside that you're just kind of a little nervous to say. So don't be nervous about it. Maybe just go ahead and say it and let the cards fall where they may. so to speak. All right, your current situation, Aries, is the high priestess. So perhaps something has come to you, in some mysterious form. I was just talking about synchronicities. This could be something that has come to you through a synchronicity or a synchronistic event. It could be something that has come to you in a dream, but it's something that's come to you from kind of that mystery realm, and it's just on your mind. And maybe that's why you need to speak up. And this could be, let's say you had a dream about a partner, and it was, and this is just an example. And have you ever done this? I've done this too, where you have a dream about a partner, and you're like, I had this dream, and this thing happened in this dream, and you know, are your dreams bringing up something deep in your subconscious that's kind of an insecurity? So it just opens to a good conversation. So that could be something like that, but it sounds like there is something that's come about, some information that's come to you in a mysterious way. Maybe you just need to clarify that information. At the root of your situation is the Seven of Cups. So, you have lots of choices. And I'm going to say, with this, you have lots of choices on how to approach this information that you have. Of course it is new. It's maybe, maybe this is also, it's new for you to get this kind of messaging, that you might just be learning how to tap into your intuition or how to tap into synchronicities, which is awesome if you are doing that. And there's ways to kind of grow and work with that kind of energy if it's new to you, but it looks like you do have a lot of choices on how to manage that, how to deal with it. So choose wisely is my advice when it comes to that. In your recent past is the Queen of Swords. So I don't think that you're someone who, um, it could be something that you've been very clear in the past. Our Queen of Swords is very logical, but she is not afraid to speak what's on her mind. And maybe there's been a case where you did speak up, and maybe that's what's causing you to for this to feel like it's new. You weren't comfortable with it, you didn't like where the cards fell, and so it kind of scared you off of that. So but you do have a past of being able to be very clear, very logical, and to speak your mind. And when it comes to the situation, this could be a relationship, this could be, excuse me, something having to do with work, this could be something having to do with a friend group. I'm not getting anything specific. And of course, I always say tarot is a template. It can template over different parts of your life. So wherever this is fitting for you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about here. But it looks like you did speak up at some point here in the past, and it might have scared you off a little bit. You might have thought, Aries, you guys have a tendency to be a little bit insecure. That's just one of your tendencies, and it could be about that speaking up. But don't you always appreciate that friend, that just says the thing, just blurts it out? I've had a few friends through life that are like that, in different places that I've lived. I feel like I always find that person where I'm living at the current time. So, but I love that person. It's like, thank God they're there to say that thing that none of us wanted to say. And usually it's more humorous than anything. So anyway, all right. What is on your mind this week, Aries, is the Queen of Wands. So what's on your mind is kind of passion, fire, and it's the understanding of that. It's this understanding of whatever this is for you, whatever this thing that you're working out right now is something that is in your mind as being something that you really, really care about. So again, it could be work, it could be a relationship, it could be a friend group, but whatever it is, it's something that you have passion for and you really, really care about. And that's probably why you want to get it right. That's probably why you're kind of doing this exploration, to figure out, is this messaging going to be correct? If you're feeling a little nervous about whatever it is that you're trying to put out there. What is just ahead of you this week is the Knight of Wands. So, and I am going to say now, since it's not becoming clear what the situation may be about, I am going to say that whenever I start to see a lot of royalty like this, it really makes me think that this is something that is more family related. There's other people involved. There's maybe words that have been exchanged, but the Knight of Wands is about moving forward with this passion that you understand. It's something you really, really care about. And it's about moving forward with it. If it is a new way of messaging, again, it might be making you a little nervous inside, but this Knight of Wands is saying, we're going to charge ahead because I care so much about this. So I'm going to say the thing, I'm going to make the choice, say the thing, be as clear as I can, because this is coming to me and I'm really having a deep, deep feeling that this is the thing that I need to express right now. All right. In your advice position is to be happy. is maybe getting this off your chest. Here's happy family. I was just saying that anytime I start seeing this much, these many royalty cards, I think of family. And wow, here is the card about family and happy family. And it's your advice, it's in your advice position, which tells me you need to rectify this because your advice is to just be happy. This has been something that's on your mind. It's keeping you it's kind of like a ruminating thing, and you need to get it out there in order to kind of release it, just like your card said here. What do you need to release? There's something you need to get off your chest in order to bring yourself back to this happy place, to bring yourself back to where you're carefree. And I feel like the advice here is, do you have to say the thing? You have to address the thing, just to kind of clear your mind, even if it's not real, even if it's something that is coming through a dream or your subconscious or some kind of synchronistic thing, that you need to address it with this person just to make sure, to kind of clear the air. It may be that it is not, maybe you've misinterpreted something, I think I'm trying to say. And just clearing it up is just going to make you feel like, oh, free, right? And emotionally free, which is great. That's the best place to be. What is beyond your control this week is the Ace of Pentacles. So here comes something in new for you, when it comes to like a financial opportunity or a material thing. And it could be related to this for some reason, but it's something that's beyond your control, that this will come to you this week. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? With another page is the Page of Cups. So this page, pages are about new things. And like I said, with this one, this is kind of a new way for you to communicate something. Because that's air energy with the swords. Now with the cups, this is kind of a new way to express things in an emotional way, or a new emotion, like having a new feeling, having like, oh, this, and it could be a great feeling. Like I said, this happiness feeling, it could be like, oh, what a relief that I said the thing to the person that needed to hear the thing. We talked about it. It was a misunderstanding, or it was this, or I was misinterpreting something, and we got the air clear, and look, happy, free, feeling great. And this is usually our this Page of Cups. It's about new emotions, but it's got a sense of humor. This is kind of, and I almost get the feeling like there is some laughter at the end of whatever this confrontation. It's not like a huge confrontation, but there is kind of some laughter, like that you have misunderstood something, and once it gets cleared up, you're going to feel better, and you're going to feel lighter. And again, there may be some laughter, but this will be your this is secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid. I doubt if you're trying to avoid lightheartedness or laughter, but maybe you are. And if you are, that's okay too. You may want to keep it serious, and different Aries will answer this question differently, right? In your outcome position is the Hierophant. So you may seek some guidance. That might be why you're at a tarot card reading right now, to find out, do I really need to release this thing? How do I release this thing? How do I let it go? And if it's not tarot card, you might be seeking, the wisdom of someone else, a friend, older, wiser, a parent figure, that sort of thing. Or, even at a church service or something, that you're just kind of looking for the universe to kind of guide you in the way that you need to go. And you're learning to trust it, I feel like, too, with this High Priestess. So that's pretty awesome. And I love that that's your outcome. What is hidden from you this week? Hidden from you is kind of looking back on the past here with the Nine of Wands. So this is all very current, very looking forward, very new. Again, I do feel like it's maybe some sort of family relationship thing, because we've got this card of family, and look, all court cards. We have 2 queens, a knight, and 2 pages. So that's pretty amazing. Anytime, like I said, I see a lot of those court cards, I do think it's family related to, and almost like your family of origin more than your family that you're creating. But I feel like, so there might be some stuff with family of origin. If that is the case, of course, drop me a message down below and let me know if I hit that nail on the head for you. So I don't see this as something super, super serious or deep, or and it's not super distressing, but I think you are going to feel better and feel lighter once you get this off your chest and get it cleared up. So, all right, let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says for Aries, October 19th through 25th. Final message here: ask with sincerity. So, again, asking whoever this is, and I do think it is a who, um, you want to just be sincere. I've had this feeling, or I had this dream, or this thing happened and it made me think this thing. Was this true? Or is this how you're feeling, or is this what's going on? and let them clarify for you. But do ask with sincerity. And what do you need to do, Aries, this week in the way of self-care? How does Aries need to take care of themselves through this situation? The card you get is the card called Possibility. Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy and experience twice. I love that. And look at this card. I mean, I do think it is the best case scenario. I do, like I said, I don't think this is anything super heavy. You know, it's not light, it's concerning to you, but it's been on your mind and it's kind of just blocking you from having your happiness there, Aries. So I do hope that you approach this situation, ask with sincerity, and think about the possibility that maybe it's not as negative as you think it is. And that it is going to go well and you're going to be happy with it in the end. So, Aries, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate your time. And I hope this reading does something for you and helps you in your life. That's really why I do them. So if you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and, let me know, did I hit on something here? Was there something going on with you this week? I'd be happy to get that sort of feedback. Also, if you like my reading style, if you would hit like and subscribe, I really would appreciate that. It helps my channel so much. But most importantly, Aries, it'll help you find me next week where you can come back and we can see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you then. So thanks so much, Aries, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.